Assalamu alaikum. We have the renowned Professor Abdurrahman Adan Ibbi. He's been in the political scene over 20 years in Somalia, and he was a Deputy Prime Minister and a Minister of Fisheries. He had the pleasure of visiting us in Perth today. Just like to ask him two questions. Firstly, Mudane Sodowo, first question we have is what career ambitions or characters or opportunities can a person take from here to back home, whether it's in the private sector or in the business sector? Secondly, what practical steps can a person who's elder contribute to back home?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. I do thank you very much actually for giving me this opportunity and also to welcome me in your area. This state I've never been before, and I'm very happy and appreciate the way you actually welcomed me during my stay. A couple hours. I just arrived this morning, and then I'm actually flying right now. To be honest with you, those actually educated people who are graduated from these universities or educational institutes of this country would contribute to Somalia in different ways of handling the situation of Somalia now, in terms of contributing, educationally, which they can actually work in Somalia and practically to see the reality on ground of what they can contribute, not actually what the country can contribute to them, but what actually they can do for their own country, which is actually what they have actually learned and experienced in Australia, can be actually given, to Somali people, to Somali actually nationwide in different ways. Actually, they can either physically can contribute what they think that they can actually handle, educationally they can contribute what they have learned, like if they are medical doctors, there are a lot of hospitals now which we need actually experts and expatriates, actually Somali nationalities originally studied in Australia, to come back to Australia, to Somalia, and then to work in a very good manner, which Somali people will appreciate. Secondly, if they actually studied in engineering or any other activities, which also will help the reconstruction of the country, which has been renewed by the civil war. All these initiatives can be actually contributed to the country during their stay in Somalia. The elderly people or the parents actually of these, educated people who are in Australia, I would suggest them to come back to Somalia, to take part of as entrepreneurs, to see what they can do for the country, to actually be part of the reproduction of the, farmers of Somalia. Like they can bring actually the farm machineries, the technological know-how of the farmers of Australia, which we have the same climate, especially Perth, this western state of Australia, which has the same climate of Somalia, which they can actually bring the kind of experience of the farming of Australian farmers to Somalia. Secondly, what they can bring to come and actually rebuild the country, take part of the rebuilding of the country, the reconstruction, getting houses, actually reselling it at least. Whatever they could contribute would be highly appreciated. The reason being, staying here 15 years, 20 years will not actually be productive for their actual age. The best way actually them to actually make their own, make them also mentally health or appreciate their own selves also, to say, yes, I did today. I went back to Somalia and I contributed what I can do for the country, not what the country would expect me to do for me.
Thank you so much, Mutana. We wish you a pleasant flight and best of journey in your career and political scene.